Today, we're going to take a journey, but not to a farm or a fancy restaurant. We're going deep into the very blueprint of how we think about our food. We're about to see how one simple shift in perspective could literally change the future of what's on all of our plates. So let's get into it.
So let me ask you a question that seems pretty simple. Where does your food really come from? You'd probably say, a farm, a field, the ocean. But the real answer? It's so much more complex. And when you start to pull back the curtain, you find this incredible hidden network that connects every single one of us.
And get this, the key to understanding all of that complexity isn't in some high-tech lab or a secret government report. Nope, it's actually hidden in plain sight, inside an academic document, a course syllabus of all things, from a university in the Philippines.
Right here, this is Mariana Marcos State University, or MMSU, and they have a seriously bold vision for their future. They're not just trying to educate students, they want to fundamentally change how their students see the world, and they're starting with the one thing we all depend on, our food.
So we're diving into this one course called TLED 101 Introduction to Agriculture and Fishery Arts. Now, this is not just a class on how to plant rice or how to raise fish, it's really a blueprint for creating leaders who can see the entire system.
And just listen to the language they use here. The course doesn't ask students to just learn about the system, it asks them to analyze its structure, understand its interconnections, and evaluate its role in society. That is a call for a much, much deeper level of thinking.
And that brings us to the absolute core idea that unlocks this entire blueprint. It's a concept that, once you really get it, it changes how you see everything. Not just food, but pretty much every complex problem we face today.
That big idea is called systems thinking. And really, all it is a shift from looking at individual parts by themselves to seeing the whole picture. All those hidden connections and feedback loops that are secretly influencing each other all the time. The course uses this absolutely brilliant analogy to make it super clear. A system is like a mobile, the kind that hangs over a baby's crib. If you just gently touch one of those little hanging animals, what happens? Everything else starts to shift and sway and respond. That's a system in action. It's perfect.
So, how in the world does MSU teach its students to see this massive, invisible mobile? Well, it all starts by breaking the entire food web down into its most basic, essential pieces.
Okay, so every system has a basic flow, right? You've got your inputs, that's the raw materials, things like seeds, water, and labor. Then you have the processes, the actions, like planting or feeding the animals or harvesting. And finally, you get your outputs, the finished products, like rice, fish, or meat. It seems really simple, but this right here is the foundation for seeing the much larger map. And within that flow, the course starts to zoom in on the major sectors. So first up, in agriculture, you've got crop production, and of course, rice is a huge deal in the Philippines. Then there's animal production, and this one is critical, forestry. Then you've got the whole fisheries sector, which itself is broken down into two main parts: capture fisheries, which is basically harvesting from the wild, and aquaculture, which is all about sustainable fish farming. See? Every single one of these is another piece of that mobile, just waiting to be touched. And here is where systems thinking really comes alive. You see, forestry isn't just about trees. Healthy forests protect watersheds, and those watersheds are the source of the clean water that farmers absolutely need to irrigate their crops. So you touch the forest, and you affect the farm. It's all connected. Now, this is so much more than just an academic exercise. This way of thinking is specifically designed to equip students to tackle the biggest challenges facing our entire planet. And that is where this local blueprint starts to have a truly global impact. And check this out. The syllabus explicitly links its lessons directly to the UN's Sustainable Development Goals. So by understanding the whole food system, these students are being prepared to actually contribute to huge goals like ending hunger, creating decent work, and promoting responsible consumption. So why does a course syllabus from one university in the Philippines matter to the rest of us? Well, because it represents a really powerful shift in how we educate the problem solvers of tomorrow. And just look at how intentional this whole thing is. The university starts by infusing a value, like stewardship, which is all about caring for the whole system. This, in turn, helps develop a competency in systems analysis, which then directly addresses a global goal like responsible consumption. It's this incredible, deliberate chain, connecting personal values directly to global impact. And we are not talking about small, abstract problems here.
To put that forestry connection into perspective, the Philippines has about 7 million hectares of forest cover. Just think about that for a second. Touching that one piece of the mobile affects a massive natural resource, one that's directly tied to the entire nation's food security.
So the crucial point is this. We can't solve a huge problem like hunger by only focusing on farms. We have to see the connections to the forests, to the water, to policy, to the markets. This blueprint from MSSU teaches that you simply cannot fix one part of the mobile without understanding how everything else is going to move right along with it.
And that leaves all of us with a final thought. Thinking in systems isn't just for policymakers or students. It gives every one of us a brand new lens to see our world. So, now that you're looking at this complex web that brings food to your table, ask yourself, what part of the mobile do you want to touch? What change do you want to set in motion?